So let's look at how to turn something that's not in general form into general form. Okay. So we have this equation, y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 6. What form is that equation in?
Y-intercept.
Not y-intercept.
Slope-intercept.
Slope-intercept form. What's the slope?
2 over 3.
Negative 2 over 3. And the y-intercept is 6, okay? We're going to take that and convert it into something that looks like this, where we have everything on one side of the equation, and the coefficients are integers. We're going to shoot for that. Okay? So how to do that? Well, the key, and I've written this out in a sentence here, the key to turning any equation into general form is to eliminate fractions. That's what goes on that first blank, is to eliminate fractions and bring everything to one side. That's that second blank. Okay? So we want to eliminate fractions and then bring everything to one side. Got the idea? Okay, and no, you can't just do this. All done. Okay, you can't erase things because you feel like it. We have to use some math that makes some kind of logical sense. Okay? Here's how you eliminate fractions. The only fraction I have in this equation is this guy right here, negative 2/3. To eliminate that fraction, you multiply the entire equation by the denominator of that fraction. Okay, I'll say that one more time. To eliminate any fraction, in this case, negative 2 over 3, we multiply the entire equation by that fraction's denominator. So it's going to look like this. I'm going to take the left side and multiply it by 3. Okay, so that'll be 3 times y, which should be pretty easy to do. And I'm going to take the right side and multiply every individual thing by 3. Okay, so I multiply the negative 2 over 3, x by 3, and I also have to multiply the 6 by 3. Alright? The algebraic principle that allows us to do that is whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. Okay? So if we multiply an entire side by 3, we have to do that to the other side to maintain equality. Okay? If we only multiplied one side by 3, we'd be changing the entire structure of the equation and the graph. And that would be breaking the laws of math, and we'd all go to prison.
Uh-oh.
Ah. You guys aren't laughing at jokes today. Okay. Trying to keep it fresh. Oh well. Anyways, so let's see what happens when we do that. So we get just 3y. 3 times y is 3y. Okay? This multiplication right here, what do you think happens when I go 3 times negative 2/3?
Oh, you just times the top and the bottom by 3?
Nope. Sorry, Dan?
Didn't say.
No.
It's
That's
like
Chris.
3 go to the denominator and then the numerator?
No. Think of this as saying, I'll just go on a side note here. Think of this as saying 3 over 1 times negative 2 over 3.
Top times top.
Top times top, bottom times bottom, right? Which would give you negative 6 over 3, right? Which would give you negative 2. Now there's a shorter way of doing that.
Putting the calculator.
There's an even shorter way of doing it. Seriously, there's a shorter way of doing that. If you'll notice, these 3's, well, let me put it this way. Think of dimensional analysis. Remember when you had a unit on the top and a unit on the bottom? What happened? They canceled out, right? And here I have a 3 on top and 3 on bottom. So essentially those 3's will cancel. And that's kind of what you did here. Right? You took the 3 factor in 6 and divided it by 3 and it canceled itself. That's why we ended up with 2 in the end. Okay? So the short way of saying this, and even the short way of doing this, is when you multiply a fraction by its denominator, it eliminates that denominator.
Oh.
Okay? I'll say that one more time. When you multiply a fraction by its denominator, you eliminate the denominator and you just end up with the numerator by itself. Okay? Yeah.
Wait, do you put x in front of that?
We'll put x just after the 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean.
Okay? So am I clear there?
Yeah.
How the fraction gets eliminated? Okay? So this just becomes negative 2x. The 3 got eliminated. Plus 18. Do I have any more fractions left? No. Now I bring everything to the left side, and I'm done. Okay? I want to make sure that I kind of follow this general format here. I want to make sure I have the x term first, then the y term, then the constant. Okay? So try to keep it in that order. It makes everything look pretty. So I bring the 2x over and the 18 over. That gives me positive 2x plus 3y minus 18 equals 0.
Oh, look at that.
Okay, so in this case we have a as 2, b as 3, and c is negative 18. So what's the key to turning something into general form?
Eliminate fractions.
Eliminate the fractions and then
Put everything.
So,
bring everything to one side.